I've got a question. If 48% of gamers in the US are black, and an even smaller slice are LGBTQ, why does every US lobby sound like a racism speedrun, and every new trailer look like it were written by blue sky interns with crayons dipped in soy? Who the fuck is this bot? Plus it's sure as shit for gamers. Alright, you lot. Rapping, we're going full nuclear on both sides of this shit show. Fake rainbow crowds stuffing identity politics into every patch note like it's content, and anti-woke knuckle-draggers screaming bloody murder every time a game has a woman in it. This isn't about sides. It's about truth. About calling out devs, corpos and grifters, and protecting games, stories and characters that built this industry before blue sky, diversity, checklist and viral outrage culture started rewriting everything that didn't have a rainbow on it. So, let's start with facts, yeah? Not feelings, not hashtags, not blue sky blog posts with 17 trigger warnings before they even get to headline. Facts. According to ESA data, actual industry body, not some blue-haired forum mod, only 8% of US gamers identify as black. LGBTQ gamers, you're looking at single digits. And that's in most identity-obsessed country on Earth. Globally, numbers drop off harder than Halo Infinite's player count. And yet, look around. Every bloody AAA trailer looks like it was directed by HR department at GLAD. Every second side character is suddenly queer, brown, disabled, pansexual, or some ultra-specific combo designed to score high on inclusivity bingo board. Now, first someone clips this out of context and uploads it to Blue Sky with angry white guy rants about diversity. Would you piss? I'm not saying these groups don't deserve visibility. Of course they do. But it's a hard question no one on left wants to ask. If this content is supposedly for them, where the fuck are they? If less than 10% of your player base is LGBTQ, but 80% of your new characters are written with rainbow-flavoured text and Bluesky-pandering dialogue, you're not being inclusive, you're being performative. And it's sure as shit's not solving all. And let's be clear, these characters aren't written for LGBTQ players. They're written for people who want to be seen defending them. They're ego tokens for fake allies who don't even bite games, just retweet trailer and call it activism. So let's talk about narrative war crimes that keep getting dressed up as progress. You ever notice that it's never a new story that gets inclusive overall? It's always an old one, somewhat with legacy, a fan base, cultural weight. And what did corpos do? They dig it up, strap a rainbow to its forehead, and call it representation. We get established male leads suddenly retconned to be non-binary with zero explanation. Female characters rewritten to be queer, not because it suits their art, but because Blue Sky will clap for it. Entire plotlines hijacked so a token minority side character can awkwardly deliver a monologue about identity politics in the middle of a boss fight. That's not art, it's checkbox storytelling. Here's the thing, we want more diversity. But you don't achieve that by shoving a pride flag up Kratos' ass and calling it inclusivity. Do you want a badass lesbian sci-fi commando? Fucking brilliant. Don't take an existing male icon and lazily repaint him like a limited edition Pride Funko Pop. Otherwise, players, feelings, get pissed off. Not because they hate diversity, but because they hate being lied to. They can smell when something were written for a committee instead of a community. It's the same reason Hollywood bombs with woke reboots. Nobody asked for female Ghostbusters. We wanted new female icons, not cosplay versions of male ones. Gaming's now doing the same shit and acting confused when fans walk away in droves. Here's line. Inclusion's powerful. Pandering's pathetic. And every time you rewrite a legend just hit a quarter, you don't lift community, you insult it. Now before anti-woke cult starts triumphing comment section, thinking I'm on their side, let me stop you right there, sunshine. This ain't your win. Because let's be real. Every time a woman shows up on a cover, every time a character ain't white and straight and grunting like a 90s action figure, you lot start forming like rabid dogs. Fill out Cabrauch the screen while wearing cargo shorts holding the Monster Energy and queuing for the same Call of Duty that shafted them for 10 years. You're not defending storytelling. You're just terrified game ain't meant for you anymore. And instead of adapting, you're throwing a tantrum like someone nicked your Cheetos. Look, real representation in enemy. I want more strong female leads. I want more characters that reflect real bloody world. Black, gay, disabled, trans, neurodivergent. Bring 'em in. Give 'em stories. Give 'em weight. Make 'em icons. If you make an iconic new badass gay assassin, hell yeah, I'll play shit out of it. But if you wrecked on Sam Fisher to be a polyamorous pansexual furry just to get a shout out on Blue Sky, you've lost fucking plot. Because that's not inclusion, it's narrative necrophilia. And for anti-woke lot, here's your pill to swallow. If a game having a gay character offends you more than its broken netcode, overpriced DLC, and microtransaction hellscape, you're not a gamer, you're just a bigot in cosplay. Both sides are killing medium. One with fake virtue, other with real hate. And rest of us, we're stuck in middle, just trying to play a game that into fucking political minefield. Now let's talk about word nobody wants to touch, and word everyone wants shut fuck up about in a multiplayer lobby. If only 8% of US gamers are black, then someone explain to me why N-word is most used term in Call of Duty lobby full of white Americans. You can't go a single match without hearing it. Screamed, laughed, dropped casually, spat like venom. And it ain't coming from 8%, it's coming from Braden in Ohio, who thinks shouting racial slurs over Xbox Live is part of his warm-up routine. White gamers, especially in US, are addicted to performing blackness. They want lingo, they want swagger, they want street cred, they just don't want history, pain, or actual people. It's cultural cosplay without consequences. It's why you see white streamers throwing word around ironically. It's why TikTok is filled with white kids doing black dances, quoting black slang, wearing black aesthetics. But second the real black issue comes up, it's, let's not get political. You love culture, you just don't want responsibility. And you treat black experience like a skin you can just tear off when PRE gets too real. And while these publishers keep screaming diversity in marketing, they've done sweet fuck all to amplify actual black voices in development, writing, or leadership. It's all just surface noise. They cried "We support Black Lives Matter" in 2020, then went straight back to shipping games where every black character is either a sidekick, a stereotype, or dead in intro cutscene. Representation without respect is just exploitation. So, now we've torn house down, let's talk about how we rebuild it without repeating the same clown show that got us here. Gaming doesn't need less diversity, it needs better diversity. You want inclusion that matters? Then stop using identity as a fucking loot drop. Don't wedge it in someone else's legacy. Create new legends, new worlds, new voices. Ones that reflect players you say you care about, and then give them real stories, real stakes, real flaws. Not this sterile, politically airbrushed, PR-safe, TikTok-friendly filler shit you've been peddling. Give me a queer character with trauma, a black hero who fails, a disabled villain who isn't there to teach a fucking moral lesson. Give me chaos, give me pain, give me truth. You want to be progressive? Earn it, build it, risk summer, and stop putting this weight on old franchises. They already stood test of time. Let them rest, let them breathe, let them stay what they were. Good, bad, problematic, perfect. Because that's their fucking identity. You don't get to rewrite it like a school report to score a virtue signal. And you in anti-woke corner, yeah, I'm not done with you. Grow fuck up. World ain't meant for you. It never was. If someone who ain't straight, white, and male makes you feel attacked, maybe problem ain't game. Maybe it's your fragile fucking ego. Representation don't erase you, just makes room for everyone else. And that's what gaming's supposed to be. Room for all of us. Without lies, without hijacking, without hate. You want to fix this industry? Stop screaming, start listening, and demand better from suits, from stories, and from yourselves. Games aren't meant to be lecture halls. They're war zones, wonders, escapes, and chaos. And they're slowly being carved up by algorithms, echo chambers, and boardroom cowards too scared just to say, we made a damn good story, deal with it. So to fake woke crowd, take your talking characters, your law rewrites, and your Blue Sky approved scripts and show them. To anti-woke raid squad, stop crying every time someone has pronouns. You're not defending gaming, you're just proving you peaked at Modern Warfare 2. And to rest of us, ones who actually play, care, bleed for this industry. Keep demanding stories that respect you, not pander to you. Because real diversity, it ain't safe, it ain't pretty, and it's sure as shit into Checkbox. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Drop your comments and questions below. And if I get cancelled for this, I'll see you in Dangulag. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.